Doreen is a 24-year-old living positively with HIV. Since birth, it's been 24 years, as I said. I'm the third born in a family of five, but then one of us passed on. I'm the only positive sibling. The rest of them are negative. My parents are a discordant couple. That means one of them is positive, the other one is negative. My mom is the one who is positive, my dad is negative. So Doreen is Doreen is a hustler. I can say that because I'm a student, I'm a customer service associate, and I'm also a motivational speaker. Yep. Well, my day depends with the shift that I am in. I work on 3 shifts. We have day shift, night shift, and graveyard. So if it's day shift, my day ends at 3. If it's night shift, my day ends at 11 p.m. And if it's graveyard, my day ends at 6:45 a.m. Yeah. Well, I found out, the first time I found out was I was in class 7 in 2004. That was first when I found out, but then nobody told me. I just overheard a conversation between my doctor and my mom, and the doctor was asking my mom, when did you find out that she was positive? All along my parents knew, but they never told me. They just told me I had a heart problem or I had some skin condition, so they never really told me what was up. And then after me finding out, obviously the first time I was like, no, this can't be true, you know. I was into denial. I was like, probably I had something wrong because I knew, by that time I had known that HIV is, it's not something curable. So if I was HIV positive and my parents had told me that I would get well, that meant probably I had my own things. So I didn't, I didn't take it well until the following year when my mom disclosed to me, but in a hospital setup with the doctors and all. Yeah. Mm, it has been good, bad, and ugly. Yeah, good because, as in, my parents have always been there, given me support 100%. They've always wanted to protect me against the stigma related to HIV. Bad because it has barred me from reaching some things, you know. I would like to travel the whole world. Now I can't because some countries bar people who are positive. So you see, that is a bad thing. But then, in a way, it's even barred my career choices because I wanted to be an air hostess. Then I was told I can't because I had a scar on my face. So I related the scar was because I was positive. So I was like, if this is going to affect my life choices, then it's a bad thing, you know. Ugly because of the stigma. The stigma is real, as in, it's real and it starts right from the family. So that makes it really ugly because, you know, the first people you expect to find support from are family, not even friends or anything else. But when family is the one that rejects you and they kind of um, wanakutenga, it becomes really hard to deal with. Yeah. Well, some people, okay, it depends with the people we're talking about because when it came to my siblings, most of them, the first two, they used to think that my parents love me more and they give me more attention, and they think so up to date actually. It's like they feel that I stole the attention of my parents as compared to them. And others, especially when I came out, most people see me as a very strong person. They see me like as a heroine in society because it's not easy to come out and say your status, especially if you're HIV positive. Because some people ask, if I'm positive, why should I go out there and say my status, you know? But they don't know that by speaking, you reduce the stigma level in a way, you know, that percentage goes down. Yeah. Mm, it has been there. it's it's been normal, but it has not been easy either, considering that I'm positive. Because I remember once there was a guy I almost dated. But then I told him I'm positive. So he refused to believe me. He was like, okay, positive, you know. So he was like, let's go get tested. So it's okay. We went, we got tested, and then I was found positive. Now, obviously, him was negative, and he was like, okay. He didn't react. So on our way to town, he just kept quiet. So he didn't tell me nothing, and I was like, okay. So literally, he just ghosted me and disappeared. Yeah, so you see, that makes it hard for you to disclose to people, especially people you want to date, that I'm positive. If it's people who have seen you somewhere and they know, then that is easy to deal with. But if it's somebody who doesn't know, even now, I feel so hard. I'm like, how do I go about this? Because everybody perception about HIV is it's a death sentence. So it becomes really, really hard. No, I am happily single. I'm only happily stalking. Yeah, I have. I have a group. It's called Hope Alive. It's basically comprised of young people living with HIV, and we're trying to make the point across, the initiative I Am a Beautiful Story, to come across that even if you're HIV positive doesn't mean that you have been bad from doing anything in life. You can achieve everything you want. You just normal. It's just a condition that is somewhere in your health system, so you just can work around it. Yeah. First of all, I would want for someone one day to look at me and say because of me they didn't give up, and that is why I've come out, and I want to motivate someone out there, those people who are feeling like now, I'm positive so I'm dying. Those ones are the kind of people I want to reach out to, especially young people, because as a young person I've been through it all. I was born at a time when HIV was perceived a death sentence, and now we are at a point where we want to change that narrative. So first of all, I would really like for people to get motivated out there, and obviously I would like to address the UN Convention at Geneva and tell them about the stigma, because all along we have been fighting HIV, but we forgot that HIV doesn't kill, it's the stigma that kills. So that is part of what I am aspiring to do. Yeah. Okay. There are times I used to feel like they were more privileged than I was, because they have their health and they can do whatever they want to do with it, and me, I am limited to the fact that I have to be taking drugs every day of my life. So that was not really nice, but with time I learned to accept that we are different in life. So there is a reason why God put me in a family where all my siblings are negative and I'm positive. So clearly I am amongst God's toughest soldiers. Yeah. Okay, my parents have been there, as in they have always been there. Every step of the way they have been there. They tried to protect me against stigma. So if they found out someone is like talking badly against me, they will do something about it, even before I knew that I was positive. And after I knew I was positive, they've always been there, taking me to hospital all the time, sometimes going themselves to pick my drugs. Like when I was in school, they're the ones who used to go for my checkups. So basically, they have been there. And after I came out now, they were like, okay, if you want to come out and educate the world, then that is fine by us. Yeah, so like my mom, she's the HIV/AIDS champion in Kajiado County. She's a teacher, so she champions HIV in the county, and she also wants to bring people closer to accepting that even if we are positive, doesn't mean that our lives have stopped. Professionally. Yeah. the, we have always been fighting the wrong thing. We have been fighting HIV. It's high time we changed and started fighting stigma, because stigma is the killer. It's not HIV that is the killer. Right now, we are busy looking for a cure, But then we're looking for a cure, I think, in all the wrong places. We are looking for a cure in abroad countries, yet we have the cure in our hearts. The cure is in the form of love and acceptance. If we learn to love others, love ourselves, and accept them as they are, then we won't see HIV as a killer disease. Yeah. Yeah, I have involved myself in, I told you I have a group. It's called Hope Alive. And then we have an initiative that it's called I Am a Beautiful Story. I Am a Beautiful Story is basically just to inspire people, motivate them, encourage them that despite your status, you can achieve anything you want in life. So we were doing a few things in society, visiting homes, uh, talking to schools and organizations. So basically, we are out there. Yeah. Okay, first, most of the people that I am with are not ready to disclose their status. Most of them ask you, why should I disclose my status? Yet people should not know it's my stuff. So getting to also mold them to be able to be brave and share the story with other people is has become really challenging. Then some people come to me and they're like, oh, sorry about your status, but just be careful that you don't infect other people. So you see, those kind of things come up, and then sometimes you want to do some stuff around, and you kind of get roadblocks because you want to speak to a certain particular group of people, and those people are like, we shall tell you, because most people are afraid that if you invite someone who is positive to come talk to them, then it's going to be it's like they're going to seem like they're the ones who are positive, and so they want to bring someone to speak on their behalf. So it's been challenging, but it's been beautiful too.